Thank you so much for staying tuned. Monday's edition of This Morning on ITV. You heard our first set of guests. Yes, they talked about the various security situation and, of course, the preferred solutions which they feel will work out. And, of course, I talked about a guest standing by to really share his own opinions and, of course, thoughts on what is going on. Join me to welcome, you get to hear put food on the table. Yes, Osaho Okoro Obaraye. Welcome to TNI.
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother. God bless you.
I believe that's why they were talking, we were watching, we were picking points. And here we are in this country. Security challenges here and there. On one hand, in the north, you have Boko Haram, bandits, kidnapping. People are now worried that it's spilling down to the other regions in this country. Get to hear herders, farmers clash. You get to hear people coming out on the road. They kidnap, they run back again into the bush. People are no longer scared of them being dispossessed. They're afraid of being kidnapped because people now, or persons, are now the target. No longer your belongings, but you.
Thank you so much.
What do you have to say about all this?
Thank you so much, my brother. I think God bless you. We've been saying it every time. I've told you on several occasions that Nigeria, the security situation in Nigeria now is alarming. Though it was like, it started before, but at the pace at which it is now, from the year 2021, it has blown into, to me, we are fighting war. We are in a war state. The reason is because, you know, sometimes when something don't get to you or you didn't see it, if somebody is trying to explain to you, it looks vague, you won't believe it. I told you an experience of how a friend's wife was kidnapped and they led us from Uluko Aziz here down to Gobazowa Aziz. They paid some ransom. And I also told you that in the point where that ransom was paid, to the point where you had a security checkpoint, was like from this place I'm sitting now to the road here. So it was closed, and you get to see police asking, doing stop and search before passing, doing stop and search before coming. So you can see that the security situation is not just even with the headers alone. It has already beaten deep also into our own security architecture, where you have you complain about, let's say, the headers situation to the police, and nobody has been brought to book. We are yet to see somebody, even when they accept to say they were the ones that did this. Our security architecture does not have the base and the integrity to fight any of this issue to the latter. But they have a balanced structure to fight those Yahoo boys and even intimidate those that pay their taxpayers' money, which is being used to pay to them. So, to me, the failure is from the leadership down to the beneath. When you already see that the body language of the man leading you support what is going on, you have nothing more to do. Because I've told you times without number, every day you see the influx of some tribe people into another place, as if these people don't also have where they are coming from. You influx, trailer load of these people daily, day in, day out. So, and at the end of the day, election will still come, they will still tell you that they have over 2-3 million votes in a particular state where trucks of loads of those people are back to the south. Look at the statement credited to the governor of Ondo State. The issue of the banditry issue must stop. What happened within the next 48 hours? A communique was issued from the office of the presidency saying he has no right to say it. But forgetting that the governor, the chief security officer of his own state, he has seen that his people can no longer go to farm, his people can no longer move around safely because of some set of people, and decided to nip it on the bud to say, this is what I needed to do. And somebody from Abuja is telling you, no, you can't do that in your state. So it goes to tell you that even our security architecture that we are trying to complete has also been politicized. The politics being played now is that some people see themselves as demigods to others. Some people also see themselves as abundantly above the law. Because the truth must be told, my brother. You will complain of same people, will be complaining of same people from the inception of this government, going to close to 6 years now. And nothing has been done to that issue, to that effect. You see them, you know, you are in a conducive, if you see the lamentations of our farmers day in day out, how their yam ban is being brought down by people that are not even supposed to be within that region. In a sane society, are we supposed to be happy seeing cows on the road? Neither physically. These are what people is supposed to be sightseeing for our kids, where you take them during the holidays to say this is a ranch where cow stays. But you will sit in your home, and before you wake up in the morning, you see cows here and there. So it's becoming unbecoming, because my heart bleeds when people, the local government chairman cannot really attest to say, I want to secure my place. Where the governor of the state cannot say, I want to secure my state. Even where the presidency cannot say, I want to secure. Look at a prominent Edo son that came to spend the Xmas holiday with his people from Edo North here. On his way back to his abode, America, he was kidnapped by bypass there and was killed, even after ransom was paid. We see no matter, don't you know the type of emotion you have in that family? Because from the profile of that man looks like he is the breadwinner of that family. Now his life has been cut short. The people now that look onto him, their life also is now a dilemma to say, how do we move on? So these people does not even think about the pain of the other person when they do and undo. Some of us, I think, are privileged to have some number of pigs and some number of goats. The place I keep them, you can't go to see them. When I'm free, I go. I cannot say because I want them to eat or be free, I should leave them to the street. If I leave them to the street and they cause any havoc, I'll be held liable to it. But how many times have you seen people telling you that the cow that went to our mothers' villages at farms at Ovia or Yekoro, at Ogada, as the case may be, who has been held liable to say the young man, this woman or this poor farmer that has no help from any other person, even from the government? Then at the end of the day, who are the farmers? All what they do is to protest. And after about 2 TV, the same thing happens again. Are you going to tell me now that our police architecture does not know that the bypass is no longer safe? What stops you hear them this time we are going to be doing patrol until something happens, you don't see the police coming out to say this is what they want to do. So you can see when some police will even tell you that because they did this or made some sort of statement, they will be dismissed. Is it also the police, the police structure that the head of the police, the number 1 police officer, his tenure has elapsed, he has retired, supposed to be retired from service, and again, his tenure was elongated. Thank God the Nigeria Bar Association has taken the book by the hand to say they want to sue the government. So let them interpret that side of the law to us. So we must be factored to ourselves. Our government has failed. The security architecture has failed. The leaders have failed, because I think the people that have security now is
about failure in security aspect.
Yes, because you cannot tell the family or the close friends of the man that they paid ransom to and was still killed that this Nigeria security architecture is a plus. You can't tell them that. The only people that can tell you that there's peace and everything good in Nigeria are the people that are eating and ripping into our resources. So
all right, now hold on, Obara. Now if you take a look at the way these kidnappers operate, people like saying that they are headers, but you know, an average header doesn't know anything about bank account. They know about transaction. But according to reports we are getting, these guys are educated. They know all these things. Do you feel that these are headers really coming out to kidnap and run into the bush?
My brother, if you when I started the base of I told you about a personal experience. How the wife of my friend was in their and then they transferred, the woman had about 200 and something thousand in her account. They transferred the money from the woman back to the husband, that he should go and add to that 200,000 where they are to bring to them. So I'm telling you now that when the money was already, I told you that I advised my friend when the issue was on that, let's go and tell the police and wait to stay CID where we laid the report. The police followed us down, said, okay, don't worry, we'll follow up. These people was calling day in, day out. In a state society, I will also give you how, if the police really want to work, how they can also arrest anybody that did negotiation, provided you spoken on a line. This when we took that money, we parked at after 7 up, and the people told us, are you people in the one in that red Audi? We said yes. He said keep moving. We kept moving until we diverted at the Gobazowa, and there's a not police, a military checkpoint, no blockage. And my friend said, the people were already trailing us at the back. Immediately we crossed past there, they called again, said take the turn by your right. We took the turn by our right, and we saw a sawmill that has been abandoned few meters away from that military checkpoint. That was where they collected the money and the force of everybody that was there and released the woman on hot. My brother, immediately we passed again that checkpoint before we got to Benin. The police that didn't answer us again from State CID called us to say you people have released the woman. So what is the way forward? How much did you pay? So I'm telling you that it's internal. Because these people have people helping them to do transactions, it's no longer even hard. They can even put it in their account, they withdraw it. Nobody works from it. Nobody wants to open up. It's a cartel. Are you telling me people still don't do drugs? Even the ones that didn't pay, we are the ones you are seeing them flashing the streets. People do things day in, day out in Nigeria here. But if you are not in their good book, because they say maybe, or you want to enter, that is where the people you see they parading. Are you getting it now? Have you ever seen them parading those that have been in this dubious business for a very long time? I told you, when I gave you an example, let's do a survey around the various police cells in Benin. If we have 100 arrested people in police cells all over Edo State, you will have about 8 to 9, it's not up to 10 people, these headers, the cells. Whereas people are the one doing this havoc, you see them confessing. You saw one of the videos, I watched it on your news, where they had the vigilante at Auchi, head one, and that one was still busting to say if you arrest us, we will be released immediately. It was life. He got to tell you what the person, a man telling you that anything that happens to me, I will be released. So he got to tell you that man will not look back when he or she is operating AK-47. So because it's in, people are all involved. That is why we are suffering. Then when I was working with Asagbelo Sage, the former Miss Nigeria Delta State was kidnapped. Ransom was paid by the then Odunaga Delta State government. And because the woman was kidnapped in Lagos, within a month, the police at Church of Home, then our access office, brought those people down in Benin, Ekewa Road. Because of conversation, they started arresting people straight until they got to that person. If they want to work, they can work. But some of them don't want to put their honor in it, because you might be transferred to Gwagwalada just because you spoke the truth. They will take you to a place where network is not, because they will see that you want to make a name. So the rest will do, this one want to come and tell us he knows more. Maybe it's because he's still trying to reach people. Let's take him to a place where there's no network. So by the time you stay in a place where there's no network for about 1 year and your family no longer sees you, when next you are transferred to a place where there's network, even though you see the looting in the city, you keep quiet for your own good.
Yeah. With me here in the studio is Okoro Osaho Obaraye. We're taking a look at the security situation of the country contending issues. Well, you gave a testimonial as an experience, so to speak, in the hands of kidnappers, and here we are. Also, some of the people that head us are now the ones that are mainly into kidnappings. You get to see them in our farms. You get to hear also about headers and farmers having this clash. You get to hear bandits disguising. That's what people are like saying, like headers to go perpetrate this dastardly act. What do you think should be the way out of all this? Because according to some persons, the presidency or the president, they failed in terms of security, while others are saying they are doing their best. They've not failed. You see, contrasting views and opinions.
We should not shy away from the truth. If the presidency tells us that they've not failed in security. It goes to tell us they are mocking at us. They are making us feel that we don't see, we don't hear, neither do we feel what is happening. Virtually all of them has eating from it. The president on the last visit to his home, people, the kidnappers also did something. So it goes to tell you that nowhere and no place is safe. The truth is that the way out of it is sincerity of purpose. Just what we're talking. If our youth decide to say they want to continue by the way of protesting for the very just, I think they should wake up from their sleep. What the youth should be using their time to do now is the way where we can vote our conscience without being induced. Yes, we should look for a way to collaborate with INEC on the reason why they must give us credible election where the people's mandate sees the light of the day. Not when you vote with your marshal at the end of the day, you see one Mr. Mohammed Suleiman at the end say this person was voted. So that is what our youth should start telling us, because the truth is that, thank God our friend Mr. Macaroni was not shot at that day. If he was shot, my brother, nothing would have also happened. It would just be added that people died, and that would be the end. So instead of us trying to waste our time, our lives with stray bullets for protesting, we should put it back to the drawing board to say, okay, whichever party you belong to, everybody must be in politics. Try to start preaching inducement. Let the true will of the people start, because if the truth is that Wilson Marshall knows that he's here because the people supported him, he knows that if he fails, it will be worse off for him. But if Wilson Marshall sees that he came here because he was able to bribe his way here, when people are killing the people that voted for him, he will not feel their impact. He will not know they are existing, because he never see any reason why these people must be secured. So I think we should think towards that direction, because
I understand that the solution, one of the solution lies in politics.
Yes, because the reason is because politics controls security. If politics brings the right people on track to the system, the people, we will also play security politics with security. If the right people are there, I get it because people know that politics, who appoints the head of the security apparatus? Is it not the people politicians brought into the system? So if the people also now bring in the right people to fill the right positions, the right people also knows those that can nip it at the bud, this security issue. That is just the truth, because if a man tells you that there is a report that is not true, that you have to bribe in billions for your tenure to be extended as the head of a security, or you have to bribe a billion to be appointed to the head of the security, it goes to show that there is already a lacuna somewhere where whatever you do, when you bribe your way through, you don't know the value. But if we start doing it on merit, if a man starts from the lowest grade of the police and sees himself up there as a number one police officer without being knowing anybody, when the son of a nobody becomes somebody without the help of nobody, that is the end. Things will just start working on its own. You don't fight it. Are you getting it now? What we sing is on air, is free to do it. But if you were forced by your parents to say you must become a journalist, you will not see that aura, you don't see that happiness in whatever you do. So that is just the truth. The present situation of Nigeria now, my brother, people are dying day in, day out by these headers. If people don't die a day, what they also do is to destroy farm. My brother, do you know the man or woman, a farmer, that has taken time, a year to gather crops, and what that person sees when he's going there to harvest it is that the herders and their cows has scattered everything. You've killed the spirit in that man, because the man might have borrowed money one way or the other to make sure to say, okay, I will pay back after my harvest, and now the man don't even have anything to harvest. If that man hangs himself, if that person hangs himself tomorrow, who killed that person. Though that person decided to take his own life, but you already made that man think that life is miserable. If you cannot gather your cow somewhere and feed your cow, stop the cow business. If everybody that trains animals decide to carry the animals along the street, people will not see where to walk past again. Get a place for your cow, keep it there, go to where they buy food, get it there. The place I feed my pig at Ovia, we take time. Sometimes I'll go to Guinness, get the shaft at Guinness, we'll buy it. From there I take taxi straight to Ovia, drop it with the person helping me taking care of it. Then I drive back. If I decide to leave it on the street to look for food on its own, whatever it does befalls me. So the elders should also get that right. They will get that right if we have the right people at the right in the end of affair. Not people that want to play tribal politics with anything. Once they see the name to say, we should marshal, oh, it's from my place, he has done this, we should cover him. Our people must not be seen being disturbed. You are already hiding issues that we also metamorphose to big issues. It's because we've played with Boko Haram. Boko Haram issue didn't just come today. It's long because they played with it. You see people boasting, we did this one, nothing is happening to them. That's why people started buying into the idea to say, we must make money from it. You can see you heard of the confession of one of them that said they were brought in here as headers to help train cow. But somebody introduced him to kidnapping. And he saw that there was more money in kidnapping. That's why he abandoned the cow issue and faced kidnapping. And these people get sophisticated weapons to carry out their issue. And because they stay with cows and they behave like animals. They don't see the pain to say, if I hit Wissing or Marshall, it's going to be painful to him. Because they don't feel that. So they don't even know that. That's why you see somebody confessing to say it was because Abuda was not able to work with them on time. They have to kill him even after collecting 10 million. So he doesn't even know the pain of that person. So we must start getting into it by putting the right people at the right places, not in politics, but in merit.
Thank you so much, Obaraye, for your wonderful opinion. I'm afraid our time is up. Well, you heard him. He gave solutions. So we should start from the politics. Then everything will fall into place. And what I want to talk about, put the right peg in the right hole. Everything will just correct itself. Thank you once more, Barry, for coming on today's show. I appreciate your wonderful analysis. Well, that's it on today's show. Don't forget that our opinion of the guest we brought to the studio is the opinion. It has nothing to do with ITV. Bye for now.